Alright boys, welcome back to another video with the Interceptor. This is Alliance War Season 23, number 3. I'm a few wars behind. I believe we're currently in the middle of War 6. But yeah, this is, we matched up against Skrulls, which is a lower alliance. They're usually around Platinum 2. So it was pretty lucky for us to get this matchup, but we're still going to do our best, and they might surprise us, you know. We have a Sasquatch boss today, which means I won't be taking it. And we also have myself bringing the normal team. So we take this team in. These are my 3 most commonly used attacking champions: Magic, Warlock, and Quake. This is my team probably half of the season on average. So I also have 10 fights in this war, which is pretty cool. But going into this war, we're 0-2, so we're really trying to just get on the board. So we have a Blade on this first fight, and this is Power Bond and Matador. Blade is much harder on the first node, although Warlock can take that fight, as I have done it before. But when he's on this node, he's just kind of a joke. And also, this Wolf guy plays with Suicides, and I was fighting one of his defenders later on, so I remembered that. But I also took that screenshot and sent it in my war chat just so that everyone knows when they face his defenders. Also, when someone's running Suicides, they're running Willpower, which means that Warlock can just absolutely shut down their power gain. He can power drain them, which is amazing. And then right here, I should have intercepted with the L2. It would have saved a little bit of block damage, but it barely did any damage because Warlock has insane block proficiency. So yeah, 24 hits, pretty clean. And this fight right here, so if you guys didn't see, there was a Wasp on this node, and I was scheduled to Quake it. GJace has a rank 3 Falcon, and he did take that fight without telling us. I'm not super opposed to taking fights that aren't scheduled to you, but when you don't tell the person you're going to take the fight, that's when it becomes a problem. Just because even going into this Blade fight, that Wasp was still there, and I was still planning to take it, and he did not tell me. And I just told him, okay, that's fine. I still have 9 fights this war. This will still make a good video. Just do not take any more of my fights this war. So he said, okay, 100%, I promise I will not take any more of fights that's scheduled for you this war. And then next up we have a Domino on this node. And if you guys are not a fan of watching me get absolutely destroyed in fights in Alliance War, this might be the video, or this might be the fight that you want to skip. Because I will tell you right now, this is not a good fight. I've soloed a rank 3 6-star Domino on this node several times, ending with like 90% health before. And this is just the complete opposite. This is a compilation of everything that can go bad in the fight. So right there, we did get parried. And that's 3 times now that we've got our armor up nullified. And we've not been able to cancel out Power Snack. So right here, I'm going to go for it. Right here, and there we go. We actually did get it, so we canceled it out before the armor break, or sorry, the armor up got nullified, and we throw our L2. So at this point, we're at the same amount of health. We're each at 62%. She's evading a ton. She's throwing specials. Unfortunately, this person placed without Willpower, which was incredibly smart, by the way, to place Domino on this node without Willpower, because Warlock is the most popular counter that I have seen, at least I know that's who we use. So the only way that you're going to be power draining is by parrying non-contact hits. So yeah, it's just a pretty cool strategy. But anyways, the strategy is to throw another L2 here, so we're going to counter this, and I get parried again. So that one, I even blocked the special to make sure the timing was correct, and it still was wrong. So, I don't know. I'm super confident against Domino, but apparently in this fight, it was not working out for me. So right here, I got hit once again, and he sent him down to 14%. She evades, almost catches me, but I was very quick to adjust there. And right here, we punch the L1, and somehow that one lands. But we're ending with 12% health. It takes, that fight took about 40 seconds longer than it should have. If that person had placed without, or if that person had placed with willpower, that fight would have been half as long. It's just absolutely brutal having to bait out so many special attacks. But yeah, I'm going to skip through this fight, as you guys have seen this fight many times on my channel. This is Mixmaster Korg with Quake, and it's just such an easy fight that it's not even worth showing. So I am going to just grab the bar here, if it'll let me. And I'm going to... What is wrong? And I'm going to skip through this whole fight. Nothing interesting happened except for maybe right here. Yeah, so right here, I think it's when Korg is down to like 40%. I'm going to take a heavy attack, and it doesn't crit, but it does like 20,000 damage and puts me at 25%. So yeah, that's really all that happened. That was exciting in this video, so I'm just going to skip it because it really does not matter. I'll show the end of the fight. So this is like the last 2 cycles, and this fight's over, so I throw heavy. I end with 28%. So again, not the cleanest fight, but I was still doing fine. Now we'll go into the next fight. I was able to take 1, 2, 3, 4 fights all together. It should have been 5 fights if GJace hadn't taken my 1 fight, but that's fine. And we have this CMM, and this is EMP modification, and this is just a god-awful placement for CMM. I do not understand this placement at all. It just does not make sense to me, but I mean, I'll take it. I was actually planning to use Quake for this fight, but with being so boosted, suicides make me lose a lot of health. And I don't think I would mess up in this fight quaking even once, but it's possible that the suicides with the boosts could push me into Assassin's range, which is only 10% health I would have to lose, so I just didn't want to risk it, so I used magic. Walked out with 92%, so I can't really be mad about that fight. But yeah, we'll go up to section 2, and this is Red Magneto. And this, I went on path 1 in section 2, and this is Indomitable and Vigor. So the reason that people place Domino here is, sorry, not Domino. I'm going to be using magic against Red Magneto, and the reason people put Red Magneto here or White Magneto is so that people don't send a Warlock to just cheese the whole path. Because in this case, on the second node, the buffet node, they actually, and the buffet Lionheart, they actually did place a champion that the ideal counter for him is Warlock. So yeah, we just take in magic, and the player I always send to this path is Tildo, but I actually wasn't the one that did the planning, so I was working, and then when I got home from work, I saw Run scheduled me 10 fights, and I was super happy. Because that's what I want every war. Every war I want 10 fights. And I just don't get them. But yeah, I actually got scheduled 10 fights. Just, yeah, it works so well for either myself or Tildo to take this path every single war. It's just a joke. But now we have this man thing, and this is, once again, just a super, super easy fight. So this guy did place with willpower. So when we do the, when we have Resonate on currently, and it just makes the fight so much easier. Sorry, if you can't tell, I don't know why, because it's 7 p.m., but I'm, for some reason, quite tired. But yeah, we're immune to poison as Warlock, that's why immune's popping up a lot. But in this fight, what I am trying to do, I don't care how long this fight takes, because there's no risk of timing out. Even against a rank 3 6-star with a rank 5 5-star, there's no risk of timing out in this fight. But I'm just trying to heal up. So you saw I throw my L3 there, and I healed back 70% of my missing health, which put me to 97. And then yeah, this is a really nice cycle here. If you parry medium, light, 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 and dash back, or sorry, parry medium, light, 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 I think that's what I said, then the opponent never gets to an L1. And this is a really, really nice strategy you can use on Power Focus 1 also, as long as they have willpower, which I have done before, and it's really nice. But against this man thing, I threw another L3. I healed up to 100%, which is really nice. And then we're going to go for some light intercepts here to finish it off and end the fight with 99. And I could not be happier. And now we're going to go into part 2 of stolen fights. So if you guys saw when we scouted the map, on this node I'm about to cross over right there. That is the buffet mini with the strike counter, the charges with the power drain, and there's also increased armor up. Or like, I don't know what it's called, like, but the armor ups are more potent there. And GJace took that fight also. So he was running path 3 with Guillotine. I don't know. I actually have no clue what path he took this war, but I know he had Falcon on his team and he took Thing on that node. He didn't die, but after we had the specific conversation after the first fight, I said, okay, you took my one fight, that's fine. Promise you will not take this fight. And he said, yes, I will not take this fight. What does he do? He takes the fight. I don't know. It's just, like, obviously it's not a big deal because he didn't die. But as someone who cares about how many fights they take only for the purpose of uploading them to YouTube and having 2 of my fights taken in one war, which is like a 1/5 of my fights, it's really annoying. And he's done it again. Since I've recorded this video. It's been only 3 wars and he's already done it again. Like, it's not a big deal. We've had a conversation about it. I said, okay, like, today's the last time. We make the paths, and I am okay with you taking fights that aren't scheduled to you. The only thing I ask is that you give some warning, either tagging the person in war chat or if you message them. So, like, I'm not trying to be a dick here. Like, I'm not saying you can't take fights that aren't scheduled to you, but you can't take fights that aren't scheduled to you without telling anyone. And that's what happened both times. But yeah, that fight goes down. That's Apocalypse on that node. I knew it was safe to throw the L2 there, and honestly, I thought it would kill. It was just really unlucky that it didn't, because I'm dumb, and I thought it would. I said that bad. Like, I was dumb to throw the L2 because I thought it would kill, but I was safe, if you know what I mean. So right here, we have Doom on this node, and I actually meant to take off Resonate because I had to place for War 4 like 2 days later, so I could have just taken off Resonate and it would have been so much simpler, but because I'm a moron, I'm not going to take off Resonate, and that is going to make this fight absolutely brutal, because for the entirety of this fight, this guy's going to be healing 149 health per second, which, after that stacks a lot, becomes an incredibly high amount of health that he is healing, especially while he has Stubborn on him and he's taking no damage. But right here, we get him power locked, and you see the fight's not going great. We're at 43% after this L2, 48%, and he's at 90%. So we've got to activate God Mode Intercept Clutch Magic play if we want to survive this fight. So the fight's already taken a minute, and he is less than a quarter down, just barely a quarter down. So yeah, this fight does not go off to the best start, but we're going to do what we can. We're going to hit stand-up intercepts. You guys know I have taken Doom on the boss node before with magic, and I did solo, so theoretically, as long as I play just as well as I did in that fight, I should be fine. Right there, I didn't want to get caught in the dash back, so I was too hesitant to dash back, so I just let him hit once into my block, and then I reparried, which cost me about 5,000 health, or like maybe, I don't know, I didn't actually see exactly how much. Right there, I should have parried. I was just being stupid, and I lost some health because of it. But if you guys don't know, I don't die with magic ever. I genuinely think I've never died with magic in stubborn season, I actually don't know. If you guys can find a video of me dying with magic on the stubborn global, I would love to see it. I think both magic and quake have not died. I don't know that for certain, but I think that's true. I don't know. Either ways, yeah, I don't die with magic, so even when I'm in a horrible situation like I am in currently, I'm not going to die. I mean, I know I'm not going to die. In this fight, I was just like, okay, just chill. You're under 18% some of these times, so your parries are not guaranteed to stick, so just make sure you go for the re-parry. So right there, I tap my block again, which is why you saw like my defense kind of like, or my block kind of like shudder a little bit. But right here, I'm going to throw an L2 and I end with 18%, so I'm pretty happy with that. It did take 3 minutes, which is very annoying, but the fight's over. I mean, 188 hits, not bad. Not going to take the Sasquatch boss. That would be horrible. But we did take home the victory against Skrull Invaders. We had a horrible war, dying 21 times, which is double our average. But even with having 2 of my fights taken, luckily my defenders clutched it out and got 10 defender kills. 9 of them were my Apocalypse, by the way. They barely cleared him. They almost itemed out on my Apocalypse because this war I placed him with no willpowers, and they tried using Warlock, and it did not go well. But yeah, anyways, we did take home the victory. They died, I think it was like 80 times or something like that. We are 1-2 on the season with this, and I do have a total of 2 deaths, both coming from that one war that we shall not talk about. But I've kept up my my trend of taking 8 fights a war, and we took 8 once again today. So we're at 22 out of 24 as far as PSR goes, or 92%. And since we fight war, it's only fights from this war that count to our Deathless streak. So we're now at a total of 8. So that is it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll